Greetings everyone, Jonathan from Plagiarism. Today, linked to, I believe, the Google Plus profile below. And today I want to talk about why people plagiarize, or more specifically, the question why people plagiarize. Because I think the question itself is in many ways more interesting than the answer we could get. I am currently almost done reading the autobiography, whatever work of Jason Blair, the famed New York Times plagiarist. I'm hoping to do a review of it late this week, but a lot of it's going to depend on when I can knock out the last sections of it and when I have time to sit down to write the full review. So it could be early next week, but it is coming, and it's coming sooner rather than later. But that being said, I've been thinking a lot about what I wanted to gain from this book, and one of the questions I wanted an answer to was why did he, in particular, plagiarize? I think that's a fair question that should be answered in this book, and I'm not happy with the answers so far. I'm not going to go into it in too deep a detail because I don't know how it ends yet, and I don't want to create a spoiler alert for myself. But the point to it all is I'm not happy with the answers. But then again, I'm not ever happy with the answers. You see, I've been involved with plagiarism personally since 2000, so almost 13 years now. I've been involved with plagiarism professionally since 2005, so we're coming up on 8 years of the site. And one of the most common, if not the most common question I get asked is, why do people plagiarize? Whether it's academic plagiarism, research plagiarism, plagiarism online, plagiarism in literature, anywhere. Why do people do it? Especially, why do talented people do it? And I, like other experts, and I happen to know a lot of other experts in this field, we tried out the same tropes. Oh, people aren't confident about their work, too much pressure, too many time constraints, blah, 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 blah. You can almost fill in the blanks for me, even if you're not very knowledgeable about plagiarism. You can almost fill it in for me. And we believe in those reasons. Those reasons are real because they are real to the plagiarists. Let's take an academic example. Class of 200 students. Student gets caught plagiarizing. Gets hauled before a tribunal. First question they ask, boom, why'd you do it? Oh, I didn't have time to finish the assignment. I wasn't confident in I didn't understand the assignment. But the problem is, while he believes all those reasons, and the people listening to the reasons believe all of them, I mean, I would believe them, the problem is that you can't pick a reason given that doesn't apply equally to at least a quarter of the class or more. I mean, either everyone, almost everyone, or a large percentage of the people in that class have the exact same limitation. Why is that one person the plagiarist? What made him plagiarize and not the person next to him? We don't have a good answer to that. Let's look at the problem from another direction, and what I call the jailbreak problem. Got a very large prison, like Angola here in Louisiana, 5,000 people, 5,000 inmates are cooped up in it. 5 inmates jump the fence and make a bolt for it. They get caught, they brought back. Why'd you run away? Why'd you do it? Well, they'll trot out the same excuses. Oh, we wanted to be home with our family. We couldn't stand being in the stinking prison no longer. Blah, 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 blah. Fill in the blanks. Pretty trivial. The problem is, there are 4,995 other inmates in that prison who did not jump the fence, who did not run. What separates those 5 from these guys? We don't know. It's kind of the difference between psychology and sociology. If you give sociologists a large enough group of people, it has to be a fairly large group, and you give them all the appropriate data, all the information they need, they can probably make a pretty good guess at the number of people that will do a certain act. Whether it be plagiarized, whether it be try to escape from prison, you can pretty much get a handle on what the average percentage would be that would do that undesirable act. And they can also tell you the pressures that might raise or lower that number on whole. But they can't tell you what makes a specific person likely to do it, because a psychiatrist and psychologist will tell you the actions of an individual are extremely unpredictable. And statistically, just because we know, say, 5% of students are going to plagiarize doesn't mean we know which 5%. We don't know what puts a student or in a high-risk category, what puts an author in that high-risk category. We just don't know. And that's one of the things I would have liked to have gleaned from this book, or I would like to glean from this book, is things that might put authors, might put journalists, might put students in that high-risk category. And I'm not sensing that yet. Like I said, I've still got a little ways to go, but I'm not optimistic yet about it. But the point I'm trying to hit at here is, when people ask us why we plagiarize, bear in mind the answers we give, we believe because the plagiarists themselves believe them, but they don't actually answer the question. we don't know why people plagiarize, or specifically, we don't know why that person plagiarizes or that person. We know why, in general, people plagiarize, but we don't know what makes person A do it and not person B. That's a question we haven't cracked yet, and I don't think we ever will. I was cautiously hopeful, but I guess we'll see if maybe the last part of the book has something else for me. But just something to think about when putting that content and that question out there of why people plagiarize. It's a difficult nut to crack in that regard. On that note, everyone, thank you very much for your patience today. Until tomorrow, this is Jonathan Bailey, signing off.